With Joni Mitchell's recent appearance on the Grammys and how much people loved it, I thought I would dig back into one of my favorite covers of one of her songs, A Case of You there by Caroline Lavelle on Acoustic Alternatives. Now, I've seen Caroline live a few times, but just accompanying somebody else. She happens to be the cello player that tours with Lorena McKennett, and Lorena is putting out some new music in the very near future, so looking forward to hearing that. We heard from Buddy Green, a classical harmonica medley, something a little different for the program. The person that turned me on to that is a future guest of the podcast. None other than the legendary Peter Matcat Ruth will be joining me on the podcast very soon. And he sent me that video because Buddy Green is going to be part of his 75th anniversary show at the Ark when it happens. Very cool. Paula Cole before that, she's got a new album on the way. Went back a couple of albums for one called Eloise. She is doing some touring throughout the Midwest, skipping right over Michigan. And I think she's starting in Chicago. I thought I would try to get her as she passed through from the East Coast on her way to Chicago for the podcast. There was interest, but only through Zoom, and I should probably take it, but I'm not going to because I want to do it in person. Judah and the Lion, an older one from them called Only to Be With You. A timeless cut from James Taylor as well back there, a live version of You Can Close Your Eyes. Let's continue now with something from my most recent podcast, which you can watch or listen to by going to johnbommarito.com. You can also support my Patreon page by starting at that same spot. There's a link to join me on Patreon, and I will share some special things with you. If you are a supporter of Patreon, you'll get to hear things that no one else can hear anymore. Just you people, just my supporters. Will Kimbrough doing a song originally by Will and the Bushmen, which he wrote, Like Laughing on Acoustic Alternatives.